If you're new to my channel, I own a clothing brand, The Fearless Collection. I also have a book called Soul Food for the Entrepreneur. It is a devotional helping entrepreneurs grow in their faith, wealth, and success. And then I also have a personal brand as a coach, where I coach some of you to help you start your own brands as well. And so I just want to update you guys on that, because what a year it has been. You guys have seen me here and there. I feel like I haven't been as consistent this year just because other things have been going on. So we just been working, y'all. Hey bosses, welcome back to my channel. So it's Natalie here for another video. I just want to update you guys on all things entrepreneurship, business, life, balance, finances, etc. y'all. So I feel like we've been here together for a few years. Some of you may be new here, but to those who've been here for a while, y'all have seen me on this crazy journey called entrepreneurship, and I finally feel like I am like getting my footing and knowing what's going on to share more with you all. So let's go ahead and just get into it, y'all. Starting off with my actual clothing brand, where we all started at, right? A clothing brand, we've been here for about 2.5 years, and we actually just finished off Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This was my third Black Friday season, and woohoo, the growth has been crazy. So the first year, you guys, some of you all know that my first year made a few $100s. Last year made about $3,000, and this year we more than tripled that amount in my brand with my clothing and my books combined, and my coffee mugs as well. So I sold a few different things for my physical product business, and that's how we did. So over 100 orders, and thank you to anyone here who supported and who bought. But I can literally see the growth. Some things I believe that contributed to my growth this year was just planning ahead and getting my marketing materials together ahead of time. And when I say ahead of time, literally, y'all, I have so many things to tell y'all. So my marketing materials, like y'all, some of y'all saw that video. I'll kind of put it right here.
That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
So that video got over 1,000 views, I believe, and almost 1,000 views, and that really jump started my Black Friday sales. I posted it on Tuesday, and my Black Friday sales started on Thanksgiving Thursday, and by then people were ready to purchase. I kind of showed them, you know, behind the scenes and a little sneak peek of what's to come. So I do believe that me doing those small changes helped me to, you know, have more excitement and more sales this year, but also just spending all year nurturing and building my audience. So I always tell you guys, get an email list. I spent this year building up my email list, you know, contacting them regularly, and I've also spent this year getting more items that my audience, you know, tend to like in the past. One of my biggest mistakes this past year, or in the past, before, I guess last year and the beginning of this year, one of my biggest mistakes was just buying random pieces. So buying random clothing that I liked or clothing that I thought was cute, and not really looking at like the trends of my current sales and my current customers. Like looking at, okay, what did they buy in the past? What are they actually looking at right now? What should I be bringing more of to my store? So this year I finally buckled down at about August, and August really changed my entire business. It's been so consistent since then, because I really started to look at my analytics and just looking at what they liked, what they bought in the past, buying more of that, and taking more risk as well. Let's talk about risk, and let's talk about one of my failures from Black Friday. So a fail is kind of like hand in hand. So I'm still learning to take risks. So one of my biggest risks that I've been taking that has been doing well is buying more inventory. So you'll get to a point in your brand where you have to start buying more than just the minimum. And so in August, I started to buy multiple packs of clothing, multiple styles and colors of the same thing. And when I did that, I also saw an increase in my sales, because of course I have more to offer. So yes, I'm not selling out as quick, but I'm making more money because I have more to give to my audience. And so one of my failures from Black Friday was that I took a risk, and I think I played it a little too safe. So for the past few months, I've been buying 2 or 3 packs of clothing. You guys know how the clothing industry works. If you don't know, usually you get 1 pack, which is like 6 pieces, 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large. That's usually how it works. And so since August, I've been buying 2 or 3 packs, depending on if it's a popular style with my customers. But Black Friday, I kind of played it safe and still got my 2-3 packs. And Black Friday is a good time because people are ready to shop, they're ready to buy, and I really messed up and did not buy as much inventory as I should have. So yes, I got 100+ orders. However, like, I could have made a lot more if I had more inventory. Something I did do was on Thursday, when I saw such a high demand for one particular outfit, that same day I went and I bought more. I went back to the vendor and bought 3 more packs. I already had 2, so I bought 3 more packs for a total of 5 packs. I went back and got more from the vendor. I was able to do a restock for Cyber Monday. So, and that item is actually still in stock now. I think I have like 3 left in that style. So it's been selling consistently. So something I'm learning is like not being afraid to hold on to inventory and buying more of what my customer likes. That's gonna go well with any industry. Pay attention to your customers, pay attention to your target audience, and purchase what they like because you're in business for them, not for yourself. So that is how the boutique is going. You guys know I have several aspects of my business, so that's just one aspect, but that's how the boutique is going. So what is next? Going forward in the new year, I'm gonna continue what I'm doing now. I'm gonna continue to see what my audience likes, continue to buy more inventory, put out new arrivals, and show up in sales. So I'll continue to do that through the new year. Now let's get into money. So listen, in order to become full-time, you have to have a handle on your finances. So even now, as you are working in your full-time job and starting your business, saving and budgeting are your best friends. Saving and budgeting are difficult, but they're also going to be the 2 things that help you go from part-time to full-time in your business, in your brand. Once you start to actually get into business, you want to think about accounting. Do you need an accountant or just an accounting software? Like something like QuickBooks. I recommend everybody to get QuickBooks like now, because at least you can see your money coming in and going out. You should also have a business bank account. That's like business 101. You should definitely have that so that your funds are, you know, separate from your personal funds. Now, when it comes to hiring an accountant, there's also levels to that. Some of you don't need a full-time accountant. Some of you just need a consultation with an accountant. And so if you're someone who you're just getting started and you're not really sure about taxes, you can just do a consultation like once every few months, or even just once a year during tax time, just to reach out and ask those hard questions that you just can't seem to find the answers to. That's what I did. I did not have an accountant at first because my thing is, if you're not making any money, why do you need an accountant? And so although I was making money, it was very minimal when I first started. So I just kind of did my own thing, and I just had QuickBooks in the background, just kind of doing its thing. But once I became full-time, I needed an accountant to really make sure that I was doing everything properly for tax purposes. And so I just literally, up until now, even now, I don't have a full-time accountant. And I have a 6-figure business. I don't have a full-time accountant. I just have an accountant that I use for consultations, tax time, if I have other questions about my LLC or just other things like that, because she's qualified to handle that, then I go to her for consultations. And so that's what I do. But like I said, there's also levels to that. And so now I'm looking into getting a money manager, a finance manager for my brand, because as you start to make more money, there's just more responsibilities that have to be taken care of, like as far as, like I said, the budgeting aspect, but also investing that money or having the right amount of expenses, etc., etc. So I'm now at the point now, like almost 2.5, 3 years into the game, about to get a money manager to help me with that side of my business. And I don't have any recommendations right now for that, because I just have a consultation with one of them soon, just to see if we're going to be a good fit. But that's where we are. You know, I think the hardest part about entrepreneurship is the money side of things, literally the money side of things. So having the revenue, and once you have the revenue, like also your expenses and your profit margins and all of that, like it definitely can be stressful if you allow it to be. And so I would say sooner than later, have a professional look at your business. Sorry y'all, my camera died. But anyway, so long story short, okay, get your finances together and be thinking about that in the beginning, because if you make a mistake in the beginning and you're not paying your taxes, that can really hurt your business long term. And we want to build longevity, right? We want to have long lasting businesses. So that is that on the finances side of things. Let's talk about courses and coaches. So you guys know that I am a coach and I have courses, but I also take courses all the time. I've had many coaches over the past year, specifically like maybe 4 different coaches, and this has been definitely the year of good and bad investments. So I've had classes where I feel like I learned so much. I was, you know, perfect fit, perfect coach, great, and I got great results. I've also had programs where I was like, this was a waste of money, and yeah, I've had some bad investments. But what I think I learned from this year is that, or at least from my experiences, was that they were not bad courses, and they were not a bad teacher. I was just the wrong student for their course. I think that as you're furthering your brand, you should definitely always be willing to learn, unless you just want to be stagnant. But I think all of us want to grow in this industry, whatever industry you're in. So you should be investing in classes and coaches. However, you want to just make sure that you don't follow the hype, and that you always invest in a program that you believe you are the best fit and you are the best student for that course. Because sometimes there will be classes and coaches that you invest in and you realize, you know, like, this wasn't actually for me. I didn't actually grow in this area because this wasn't actually the course for me. And, you know, coaches can vet you all day, right? You can go through their process, you can be interviewed by them. They can say, like, this is a great, you know, this is the right program for you. But you have to decide for yourself, like, do I actually feel like this is the right program for me? And so I just want to encourage all of you that as you're going to grow your brand, just really look deep into programs, really ask the right questions to make sure that you are the right student for that program, so that you're putting your money in the right places. So that's all I will say about that. I also have programs for myself where I try to do the same, and so I'm not even blaming the coach. I think it's really upon us as the students, because as a coach myself, I have, you know, thousands of people reaching out to me all the time about different programs, and they'll tell me about their business, they'll tell me where they are, and I'll say, yeah, this is a great fit for you, depending on, you know, what I believe because of my past students and things like that. Like, you guys are about the same, but different people have different learning styles, they have different things that they need. So as a student, just make sure you're vetting the program and making sure that you are actually the right person or the right, you know, fit for that program. So that is that one. So more investing, I am investing in a high level program that I'm excited about. Most of you guys know who my coach is, or my mentor is. If you don't know, you'll find out on social media. But I am investing in a huge program, and she already knows. I'm so excited about because this year coming up, I will have a 7-figure business. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm saying it now because I want to make it, you know, I want to put it out there and speak it into existence. So I will have a 7-figure business at least by the time I'm 27. I'm 25 now. I'll be 26 in April. So by the time I'm 27, the goal is to have a 7-figure business, a house, and some kids. I'm just gonna say that, and I'm still single, y'all. But anyway, so that is that. So yeah, y'all, now is the perfect time to be setting goals. So I want y'all to be thinking about for yourself, what are your goals? I'll go ahead and link my goal setting worksheet down below again. It's totally free. I've given it out different times in the year depending on what I feel like you guys need, and I think right now would be a good time to be thinking about your goals. Like, where do you want to be next year? What do you want to accomplish, and how are you going to get there? So like I just told you guys, my huge goal of making 7 figures in my business by the time I'm 27, so we have like a year and a half for that. But that's gonna mostly happen next year. And so I know that I'm gonna be investing in a program, but also just taking my business more seriously and being more focused with what I'm doing. And your goal can be however big you want it to be. You can have a different goal of, you want to have your first 5-figure month, or you want to launch your business, you want to have your first 4-figure product launch, like a $1,000 product launch. Whatever your goal is, it is the perfect goal for you. So don't look at everyone else and try to copy what they do. Don't be intimidated by my goals. I believe that you should be where you should be. God has called us all to different places at this exact time. And so stay true to yourself and allow yourself to dream. A lot of us have stopped dreaming out of fear a long time ago. Me and my notebook are BFFs, okay? So whenever I have a desire, I write it down, I take it to God, and I make sure that I have peace about it. And then from there, I write it down and I continue to look at it and think about it even as I'm going on. I've talked about this before on my channel, so I won't go too much into it now, but you are allowed to dream, you are allowed to have desires, and so and they are also valid. And so allow yourself to dream. And I want you all, when you set goals, I don't want you to sell yourself short. I don't want you to set goals off of what you think you can accomplish based off of like your limited mindset and your limited thinking. I want you to set goals based off of like where you are now and where can you be if you push yourself a little bit harder and you had the grace of God over your brand and the favor of God over your brand. With that in mind, okay, now what are your goals? And we have a year is a long time, and you can accomplish a lot in the next 6 to 12 months. So I want you all to be thinking about what is that next step. So I have a lot of goals. I actually have a workshop. By now, when you guys see this, it is completely filled up, but I have a workshop this weekend where I'll be helping some entrepreneurs build their goals and set their marketing materials to get ready for, you know, next year and the next 6 months of their business. And so before I do that workshop, I have to really sit down and think about for myself as well. So as I'm talking to you all, I'm thinking about what my goals are, and I'm excited because you guys, let me just say this, okay? I'm not oblivious to what's going on out here in these streets, okay, in this world. There's a lot going on. We're going through a whole lot as a country, you know, and as a society, as a people, period. And so I'm not oblivious to that, but what I cannot forget is that even in the midst of this chaos, God is still showing up for people, for me, for people that I see, my peers, and for all of you. It's not too late. And so you have to get under the grace, y'all. You have to get under the grace. What does that mean? Like, you know, if you're not already saved, okay, commit your sins to God, confess your sins to God, and understand that He is your Lord and your Savior. And once you get to that point, you know, you're under the grace of God. And that's the beauty of being a Christian in my eyes. It's like I'm under God's grace and His favor and His mercy, and those things I pray for daily, okay? And so once you're under that, everything is possible. Everything I have here now, y'all, I'm now at a place where I'm genuinely at peace, genuinely happy, genuinely feeling blessed, and just things are happening. And I think right now God is really highlighting His goodness in people's lives, because I think in the matter of darkness and in the midst of chaos, God's light shines even brighter, because it's kind of like all this is going on and they're getting blessed like this. Like, I feel like God is really enjoying blessing His people right now because it's so much going on. So, you know, not to dismiss your struggles and what you're going through, all of that is valid, but wouldn't it be great to be under just a thing of being a person, God, who can just completely change your life? And so I say all that to say, y'all, God's grace is real. And so I want you to really, when you think about your goals for next year, think big, okay? Think wide, think large, and let's go after it. Someone asked me to show you guys some more like goal setting things. I'm not really sure what you all want to see pertaining to that. I will be going over specific goal setting in my workshop, and I also have a video up about how I hit my 5-figure months. I have a video up about how I set my weekly, daily, and monthly goals, and how it has helped me to hit 5 figures a month in my business. So I'll link that video down below as well. I think that will be helpful for you all. So you guys have so many resources right now to help you progress. The goal setting worksheet, that goal setting video, and I'm here as well. So comment down below, what do you guys want to see next on this here channel, this month, next year? And I hope you guys stick around. I'm excited to grow with you all. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more videos like this. And you guys, that's it. I'll see you guys in my very next video. Okay, bye bosses.